There's too many of you crying. Brother, brother, brother.
Hello, this is Gena.
This is my dad.
Welcome to Gena's Daddy.
So today, we are going to do an interview. We're going to interview each other. Aziza B with the Engine 9 Experience is a huge fan of the show, and she asked if she could interview us, and we can interview each other and find out more about the show and how we feel about it. That's what we're going to do today.
This should be interesting.
It should be.
What's your first question?
So my first question to you, Dad. You've discussed some personal issues on the show, and what for you were the most important or memorable moments of the show?
This might sound corny, but to be honest, 100% truthful, and the most important aspects of this show has been the opportunity for people to see the love shared between you and me.
Aww,
I think that it should give people hope that parents and children can coexist.
This is true.
There's so many of them that don't even talk to each other.
That's
And
true.
I can share with you, I can share with the public the growth that I see in you. And I think that's really great.
Aww, that's really sweet, Dad. I feel like, honestly, I feel the same way about that. So that's really sweet.
Well, you feel like you've grown too, huh?
I know I've grown just from doing the show with you, because like I'm just noticing different things in my life, like things that maybe I would have normally done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now making different decisions.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Episode 22, decision making.
Good.
Check it out. Just saying. So the second question is, who's the audience? Like, who do you think our audience is? Like, what kind of audience do you think we have?
I would love to be able to say, and I hope this with all my heart, that our audience is inclusive of all types, all calibers.
Mm-hmm.
Old, young, middle-aged, people with great knowledge, people searching for knowledge, people that just want to have a place to go to get answers to some everyday questions that we share, and not feel guilty if they don't know it.
Right.
Because we don't know everything, but we
No,
like to
you
share.
know a lot.
Yeah, we like to share, and I think it's good for all people to listen and watch our show.
Okay, so you think the audience is pretty much broad and it's everybody, hopefully, that it'll reach everybody, right?
If you're gonna answer my question,
I'm not
Why you
answering
asking?
your question. I'm just repeating what you said.
I got it again, y'all. I like it by that.
All right, hold on. This is the cutest thing ever. This interview. So anyway, so what has the experience of having a web show with me been like for you?
It's been great. All honesty, it's been great. I've had opportunity to share more time with you than I probably ordinarily wouldn't have had.
True. That's true.
I've had the opportunity to see you grow, as I said before. Had the opportunity to see your caring personality come out. The things that you do to help other people. The thought that you give into your decision making. It's I just think it's wonderful. I do. I really do.
He's cute. This is my dad. I just want to tell you guys, it's my dad. So
This is Gena.
This is my dad. Okay, so what is the most valuable thing that you think that our show offers?
I think our show offers thought-provoking topics, as I said. I think it offers the common man the opportunity to see that, hey, you can make a difference. What you have to say is important. Share that with people. You never know. You could help somebody just by sharing your experiences and your thoughts. And that's what I think it is, opportunity to share with other people.
I agree.
And I like the idea that people send in questions and comments about the show.
Yeah.
Keep those coming.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your grandest vision for the future of the show? Like, where do you see us going with the show?
I would love to say global. I would love to say United States wide. I would love to say citywide. I would love to say anything that would get us more recognition and get us in the
Yeah.
public's eye,
Yeah.
where we could have a talk show or maybe a cable station and interview the public at large and give each and every person the opportunity to state what's on their minds, to share.
Mm-hmm.
It's about sharing. It's truly about sharing.
And
So
that's what we want to do.
that's what we want to do
We
is
want to
share.
help anybody in any way that we can.
Make
So
a way
it's
for the
true.
younger people to come along and want to do something.
It's true. Okay, so my last question I have for you is, what's the larger impact that you would like to see the show have? Like, what is it that you want the show to accomplish, basically?
Again, I would like to see the show make headway for the youth coming along, give them some direction, open up their minds, and let them see the opportunities to share and to care for other people and to just be better citizens all around.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
I really are. I think the kids need a positive role models, and I hope that's what we are, positive role models.
I definitely, just speaking for myself, and I'm sure a lot of other people that watch the show, but you, I believe, are a great role model, especially for young men, especially for fathers, for younger fathers and older fathers, and also for young girls who are, growing up, and even older women, because to see a man like yourself who is very positive and loving, and you want to help and you want to give like love back to people and let people know that even though you are a man and you are strong and you're all that, you're also very affectionate, very loving, and you want to be there to help and support. So I feel like you're a huge role model, because you definitely are to me.
Well, I thank you for that.
Yeah.
And see, that's what I'm talking about, audience.
Yeah.
The opportunity for you to see my daughter giving back to me what I've given to her, the love,
True.
is truly greater than having money when your kids can recognize you for the things that you've done for them. Because I never had a lot of money to give her, but I do love her.
Okay, I'm not gonna cry on the show, but I totally might. So, you gotta forgive me for that. All right, so I'm gonna give you this so you can ask your questions for me,
Okay, now the
and
worm.
I'm not gonna answer them. No,
Now
I'm
the
just-
worm turned. You see how she said I can't answer like I didn't know I was going to ask her a question. Okay. First question. Your first name is Beth. Who is Gena?
I don't know, who is this person. Who are these people? No, okay, so long story / short story. It's really not that long. But my first name is Beth. My middle name is Regina. My whole family calls me Gena. My dad, calls me Gena. Everybody in the family calls me Gena. So,
What else do I call you?
we're not putting that on the show.
Oh, okay.
We talked about that before, Daddy.
Okay.
We're not putting that on the show.
I won't tell.
We're not putting nicknames on here. So anyway, so my first name is Beth, but I go by Gena with my family and my friends. But at work and school they call me Beth. It's really don't ask me, but it's Gena's daddy. So there you go.
If you all put a lot of pressure on me, I might have to tell you what I call her.
No, don't do that. Please don't do it on the show.
Okay. Why did you start the show?
I started this show honestly because me and you like talk all the time, and like my dad's really into politics. I know he probably doesn't talk about it as much as he probably would like to on the show, but he's like CNN, MSNBC Central, and the Western Channel. He likes that too. But I was like, like we should really do this because everybody has a show. Like if you look on TV, everyone has a reality show about something. It may be minute and it may be something important to whoever. But like I felt like, no one has ever done this. No one has ever had a dad and daughter show. And I think we have a lot of things to say and a lot of things to offer. And the more that I watch our shows, because I even watch the shows after we've done them, I even look at them and I'm like, man, I didn't even realize like what we were saying on this show today. So I think we get a lot. We get a lot from each other while we're giving you guys
and
things.
feedback from viewing the show after it's done.
Yeah.
Some shows I've been really impressed with myself.
I'm like pretty much impressed with all of them.
I am too. I didn't want to see.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see.
No, it's okay. You can pat yourself.
Okay.
Do that. That's
So
fine.
why is this show important to you?
The show is important to me. Honestly, I would love more viewers, and I would love for us to be, worldwide, and for everyone in the world to see it, because I want everyone to know how great my dad is. And that's just me personally. But the reason why I love this show so much, honestly, is because this is our time. So
I agree.
I get to have, I get to go visit and be silly and serious and help other people all at the same time. But the biggest part is I get to spend time with my dad. And I don't think a lot of us as young people realize how precious that is. And when you don't have a mom or a father, or if, you didn't have it, like just the thought of him or my mom not being around anymore, is just devastating. So for me to have them around and wanting to spend this time, that's why I love the show. Because I get to be with my dad and be goofy and serious.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the most memorable episode to you?
I think the one that we did on decision making a few weeks ago. Because, like, the way that you had everything worded made a lot of sense to me. Like, if you make decisions, are you thinking about the consequences? Are you thinking about the people that you're going to be affecting? Are you going to be able to handle that once you make this decision? And I don't think that we think enough about that. So honestly, that show, believe it or not, has been huge for me in these past weeks with things that, I've been going through and thinking about. And I needed that show.
That's
But
good.
you're usually right here. You can feel whatever I feel. So.
But whatever you're doing something to help somebody else and you can benefit from it, that's a plus.
Yes.
That means
It's
that
my
you're listening
favorite.
to your own advice. If you take your own advice, man, you're doing good. A lot of times we doctor ourselves and don't take our own advice.
True.
Were there any time when you worried that the conversation had become too personal? And how did you handle that?
I wouldn't say that I thought that it became too personal, but I know, like, on the first show, we mentioned that I was married before and now that I'm a lesbian. And I wanted people to know that, because I wanted people to know that, like, this does exist with a heterosexual father still loving his lesbian daughter completely. And so I was worried at the same time. Like, I really wanted to get that out because I wanted more people to be like, wow, that's awesome, that dynamic, I want that. But at the same time, I was worried too, because I didn't know if someone was going to write in and say, like, oh, that's wrong, you guys shouldn't be talking about that. So I think that show is probably the one that was like maybe the most personal one for me. But we've gotten a lot of good feedback from it. So, but I would have never known that if we never took the first step to do that. And I'm glad that we did.
Well, I'm glad too, because it may have cleared the air between some things that you were thinking and things that other people may think. And
that's true.
And let me say this again, I'll reiterate what I said on the show. My daughter is my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I love my daughter. I have no more control over what she does than she have with what I do. She has free will.
I have control over what you do.
You thought you did.
I do.
You thought you did. When you was a kid, if I controlled you more than you controlled me, I'd let you think you did. But you told me one day, can I share this story with you all since she brought that
Oh
up?
my goodness.
She was about 3 years old, and I was taking her to daycare. And she would just say, Daddy this, Daddy that, Daddy do this, Daddy do that, Daddy this, Daddy that. And I finally had my fill of her that day. And I looked at her and I said, look, little lady, stop telling me what to do. You're not my mother. But I'm fine with her. And she put her hands on her little hips and looked at me and said, I'm your everything.
And that's right.
And from that day on, y'all, I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. She was something from then on.
From then on, from
then
3.
on, from 3 years old.
Oh my goodness.
All right. What do you want the viewers to gain from this show?
I really hope that every show that at least somebody gets something from every show, because it's always a lesson to learn in each show. And if you see yourself in whatever we're talking about and it's able to help you grow and to like view life differently and also to make different choices and different steps, that is what I hope. Honestly, that's what I really want. And I really want that for you and I while we're doing the show. So
Yeah,
that's what I really want.
Yeah. I would like for the viewers, I'm interjecting in your answers, but I'd like for the viewers to see that you can talk with each other as parents and children.
True. That's true.
And get an understanding as well as support from each other.
That's true.
And, we need lots more of that.
We do,
We need
Dad.
lots more of that. What do you see as the future for Gena's daddy?
The future, we're going to be on Ellen and we're going to be on the OWN network. They don't know it yet, but we are.
Don't we wish?
And no, we're not wishing.
Huh?
We're putting that out there.
We're putting
God
faith.
says speak things as though they were. So that is what it's going to be. We're going to have a show.
All right.
And we're going to be out there. And when we're like super out there and helping the world, we are going to continue to help everybody and be humble. I think
Hurry up,
that's
world.
what we're going to do. I'm letting you guys know right now. Bam.
All right.
That's where I'm at.
I like your answers. I hope other people share the enjoyment I had in this, and we giving them some insight into
What
who
the
we
show,
are,
what the show
what
is
the show
all
is
about.
about.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you to Aziza for giving us this opportunity.
Shout out to Aziza.
Shout out.
Yeah, you
Our
have to do your
hero
show.
status.
Shout
Shout
out.
out to Aziza.
Aziza Harris. Engine 9 Experience. If you don't know her, get to know her. The young lady is phenomenal. She's awesome. And she's a great friend. So, that's all I
She
have
is.
to say.
She's a great young lady. We appreciate you. God bless you, and thank you.
You gotta do it.
What?
We still have to be like, this is Gena, this is my dad.
That's
We
what
have to tell them bye.
If they don't know you by now.
We gotta
This
say
is
it
Gena.
again. This is my dad.
Goodbye from Gena's daddy.
Bye, guys.
Thank you all. We had fun.